City guaranteed promotion to the Championship, the club's chief executive has warned it won't put an end to their financial worries. David McNally says there will be a bit more money, but manager Paul Lambert will still have to work to a tight budget. It's projected that the club's annual turnover will rise from around £18 to £22 million next year.
If I can put it quite crudely, we win back the money that we lost last year. Yes, we'll get extra money, but it's incremental. It won't transform the business. The only way in which that this club's finances will be transformed would be through promotion to the Premier League.
And the Southend United chairman, Ron Martin, says the club's future has been secured after a £400,000 tax bill was paid. The Shrimpers were given an extension to pay the debt last week or face a winding-up order. A final court hearing will take place tomorrow.
It's been announced that this year's Tour of Britain cycle race will visit Norfolk for the first time. The event will cover 117 miles of Norfolk's roads on Thursday, September the 16th. The stage will start in King's Lynn and will go through Norwich before ending in Great Yarmouth. The Tour of Britain is the biggest sporting event that's free to go and watch in the UK, and it attracts around 1 million spectators every year.
Right, I think we're just going to have a look at a slightly different story now. There's just a dog walker from Suffolk, in fact, who may hold the record for appearing on Google Street View more than anyone else. Have you appeared on it yourself or not yet?
I haven't actually looked, no. Wendy Southgate from Elmswell, near Bury St Edmunds, was inadvertently followed by the Google car, taking the pictures as she walked her dog. Now, she was snapped and appears on the website more than 40 times.
40 times. Now, the database has attracted scores of privacy complaints. We know about that since it was launched last year. But fortunately, Wendy and her husband can see the funny side, as Laura Burns now reports.
After living in Elmswell for 26 years and walking her dog Trixie twice a day, it's no surprise Wendy Southgate and her faithful Labrador are well known in the village. But now they're potentially familiar worldwide, because on one walk they were unwittingly followed by a Google streetcar and captured again and again and again. In fact, during the space of just half a mile, Wendy was spotted a staggering 43 times. Now, Google say it's a rather unusual but fun occurrence, and luckily Wendy and her husband are inclined to agree.
Well, I'm quite amused by it, as you can tell, and, well, I'm quite gobsmacked, really. I really have nothing to hide, so it didn't bother me in the slightest that I was on there, but I was very, very surprised at how many times.
So was husband Terry, who just logged on to the site out of curiosity.
Well, the first time I spotted her, I just laughed. That's why we went there. They kept following all the way up the road, and there she was, time after time, and that's incredible, really. I just laughed.
Others haven't been as pleased to see their homes photographed. Last month, Barry Woods from Norfolk demanded Google remove a picture of his, while last year villagers in Broughton near Milton Keynes even formed a human chain to keep the camera car out. But Terry has no complaints.
I know exactly where she is now. I know she ain't got a boyfriend when she walks the dog, don't I? So...
As for Wendy, she's walking the same route as she always did, conscious but definitely amused that the world could be watching her every step of the way. Laura Burns, Anglia News, Elmswell in Suffolk.
Glad you saw the funny side.
Yeah.
Now then, there are just 16 days to go until polling stations open for the election. And we've heard a lot in the last few weeks about those target groups like Motorway Man and, of course, Holby Woman.
But in some constituencies here, it'll be the votes of more recognised minority groups which will count.
Tonight, Muslims in the Luton area are being invited to a question and answer session by the Conservative Muslim Forum.
Our political correspondent Matt Hudson is in Luton now. Matthew.
Well, yes, indeed. I mean, it would be very patronising to talk about Muslims as though they're some kind of homogenous group that will all vote the same way. But at the same time, here in Luton, they make up about 20% of the electorate. That's an awful lot of votes for candidates who manage to engage with the community. So tonight, Lord Sheikh, who is chairman of the Conservative Muslim Forum, has organised a question and answer session. In advance of it, we went out into Bury Park and asked some local people if they would consider voting Conservative.
I personally would vote for myself, but I can't see a reason why other people won't vote for them, no.
To be honest, yeah, I would consider it, because I think Labour's had quite a long time.
We've been trying Labour, let's try Conservative this time.
If the Conservative got better things to offer me, then depends, you know, but at the minute, you know, I'm still Labour.
Now, Lord Sheikh literally arriving just as I was talking there. He's with me now. Lord Sheikh, why would members of the Muslim community want to vote Conservative?
A Conservative Party is very much an inclusive party. We represent everybody. I chair the Conservative Muslim Forum, and we have a very large membership. We engage with the Muslim community. The main reason, I think, is that we are a party whose policies or practices are very similar to thinking of the Muslims. For example, we believe in strong family values. And in fact, David Cameron has just made the announcement that we'll be recognizing marriage by giving tax concessions. So I think we are very much a family-friendly party, and I think that for your viewers, I think we are the right party to vote for.
Lord Sheikh, thank you very much indeed. Coincidentally, Ed Ball's school secretary was in Bedford today. He was talking to members of the Bangladeshi community. And if you haven't registered to vote yet or nominate yourself as a candidate, it's too late to do it. That is closed. There are going to be 12 candidates standing here in Luton South, which I gather is a record for this election in our part of the world. Message from all the parties: if you have registered to vote, then use your vote on May the 6th. Don't let it go to waste.
Thank you, Matt. Let's get the weather now with Amanda.
That's it from us for this evening. We'll be back tomorrow night, same time, same place, so you can join us for that. Until then, have a very good evening. See you then.
There now follows a party election broadcast by the Liberal Democrats.